Your character, Jamie Dutton, is multi-layered, and there's a duality to your character, which is that you're this cowboy who's kind of turned city slicker that comes back to the cowboy land. Which part of the role comes more naturally to you, the city slicker side or the cowboy side?
You know, it's funny. I had horses for a long time, and I loved horses. I'm from Arkansas, so in very rural Arkansas. So that's in me, but I had a real desire to get to the city, so I moved to New York when I was 17, and I've lived in cities since then. So ideally for this, I have frames of reference for both. Yeah, and it's great with Jamie because I think Jamie is very conflicted about who he is. He has no idea really, and he's finding out himself, and that's something I can identify with too, being from, going to both extremes.
Yeah, 100%. So you're the cowboy side of you. You'd been on a horse, Arkansas, I imagine. You spent a lot of time on the farm. Is that wrong for me to think?
No, it's not a bad guess. I didn't have, my parents were preachers, so I grew up in parsonages and no animals, well, dogs, but no horses until I started acting. Actually, my first role I got because I pretended that I could ride horses. Then they put me on a horse and they found out I couldn't. I had the role anyway. So then they had to teach me. So I learned from wranglers and really great stunt riders. So I actually learned at a high level quick, and it made me fall in love with horses. And I love doing some of the cowboy and stuff too around. So yeah, I'm drawn to it for sure.
I heard you guys went to Cowboy Camp. Is that true?
Yeah, we had a pack ride out into the mountains in Utah, the forest mountains in Utah, and it was a full mule ride with some cowboys. We had a Paul Bunyan guy chop down trees for firewood. It was the real deal, and we were just some actors out there trying to play a role. And but it was great. It was a good week, and we learned a lot, and we bonded was the most important part.
Yeah. So I have to say, your character, you play the son to Kevin Costner, John Dutton. What's it like to sort of have that incredibly strained father-son relationship? How do you tap into that for your character?
It's tricky for me. It's nothing personal I can do. My dad and I have a great relationship, and we never had any of these issues. Yeah.
I hope you don't have a type of relationship like the one on the show.
I'm happy to tell you that we didn't have a problem with each other. But it's great because conflict is what it's always the more interesting storytelling is conflict and tension and disagreement. So it's actually pretty easy. And it's great with someone like Kevin, who's a great actor, legend, and he just embodies this role. So it's intimidating on its face, and then as we get into it, the words take you there.
Yeah, it must sort of feel like he seems anyway like a very paternal character, and certainly imagine working with him on set. Are there moments that feel that way?
Yeah, he's way more paternal than John, and so I think he sometimes struggles with that. Maybe because that's hard to when you have such a big heart like he does, that then to have to sort of like become John and cut that off. I think that may be difficult for him because he's such a loving father.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Great work.
Thank you very much.